Welcome back to another player build, y'all. Today we have this year's basically lock for the Calder, and that is, of course, Lane Hutson. Let's not waste any of y'all time. Let's hop right into how to make this build for y'all. Let's get it. Now, first, to recreate Lane Hutson in ESHL, there's probably one of two archetypes that you're really thinking, and that's between offensive defenseman and puck-moving defenseman. And I'll be so honest, I made both builds, and puck-moving defenseman blew the offensive defenseman in terms of comparison for a Lane Hutson build. It blew it way out of the water, so that's what we're going to be going with. And we will be going with Lane Hutson's actual height and weight because it's actually pretty good for ESHL. It's 5'9", 162 pounds as listed on the actual NHL website. He does, of course, shoot left-handed, and abilities and boosts we'll come back to as always. Now, first for Lane Hutson's technique attributes, we're, of course, going to add 4 to speed because he is a pretty decently fast skater, especially at his size. You know he's going to have some speed behind him. And then, along with his speed, he is a very, very agile skater, so we're also going to add 4 to agility. Then we're just going to take 3 off slap shot accuracy, 2 off balance, and 1 off wrist shot accuracy as well. And we will have 10 extra skill points, but there's nothing that we can really do with those. Next, for Lane Hutson's power attributes, we're just simply going to add 3 to acceleration, add 3 to puck control, then take 2 off slap shot power and 1 off wrist shot power. As Lane Hutson, he just does not have the most powerful shot by any means, so we did have to take his shot power down a little bit. After that, for Lane Hutson's playstyle attributes, we're just going to simply add 5 to passing, add 5 to offensive awareness because his passing game is one of the best in the league for a defenseman, and of course his ability to just recognize the play in the offensive zone, always find the open man, always find the open space, is also second to none, so that's why we gave him +5 for both of those. We are going to give him +1 for his defensive awareness because the first half of the season we would have probably done -5 for literally everything defensive for Lane Hutson, but now the second half of the season he played absolutely remarkable defense, and he was one of the top defensive defensemen in terms of underlying numbers in the second half of the season, so we are going to boost up his defense a little bit. We are, however, going to take 4 off body checking because he's just not super physical. He's not the biggest guy in the world, so unfortunately he's not going to be able to lay down the body a whole lot, and we are going to take 2 off stick checking as well. Then for your tenacity attributes, this is actually going to be a little bit different than what we normally do, so we're actually going to add 5 to hand-eye. We're going to add 2 to both durability and shot blocking, and we are going to take 3 off strength because reason being, I mean, Lane Hutson, he's just a small player. He's just not that strong, and his lack of strength definitely shows at points when he does go up against a bigger player. And finally, for Lane Hutson's tactic attributes, we, of course, are going to add 5 to deking. We're going to add 3 to discipline, then take 5 off face-offs, and 3 off your fighting skill as well. Now, going back to abilities for Lane Hutson, I mean, for his gold ability, you know we have to give him some type of passing ability, and the only 2 that we could give him are either Send It or Tape to Tape. And I'll be honest, Send It's really only for breakout passes, which Lane Hutson is absolutely remarkable at. But Tape to Tape will activate on some of the back breakout passes and also some really those harder passes in the zone as well. So I feel like Tape to Tape is just a little bit better for Lane Hutson. So that's what we decided to go with for his gold ability. Now for Lane Hutson, like with most of these players, you can really go with a plethora of these different abilities and they would be pretty accurate for him. However, there is 2 that I decided to go with that I feel like were really solid and accurately represented Lane Hutson. The first one being the one that we're actually hovering on right now, and that is Ankle Breaker. Reason being for this is Lane Hutson is absolutely remarkable at deceiving people with the puck, using his speed and using his agility to really kind of work around people, and Ankle Breaker represents that absolutely perfectly. Now for his second one, I'll be honest, I wanted to give him a skating ability, specifically elite edges, but obviously I'm sure as most of y'all know at this point, there is no elite edges in ESHL this year, so we are going to give him the other skating ability, which is going to be in reverse because he is a really fast back skater as well. So if we can't give him elite edges, I wanted to really show off his skating at least a little bit, so I decided to give him in reverse for his second ability. And finally, for Lane Hutson's boost for his first one, I absolutely know what I wanted to give him, and that is, of course, quick stick. Reason being for this is, like I said, his first half defense was not really too great, but his second half defense, he really picked it up and was playing absolutely remarkable defense, so I wanted to show that off and credit that at least a little bit, so I did give him stick checking for his first boost. Now for his second one, I'll be honest, I was debating. I really didn't know what I wanted to give Lane Hutson because I felt like this build was actually pretty accurate for Lane Hutson, but what I decided to go with was actually controlled deking. Reason being for that is just simply his stick handling and deception with the puck is just absolutely remarkable. And I feel like controlled deking is probably the best attribute to show that off. So that's why I decided to go with controlled deking for a second one. And that is how we recreated Lane Hutson right here in the SHL. Let's not waste any of y'all time. Let's hop right into game one and show y'all what we can do with this build. Let's get it. Here we are, fellas, hopping into game one with the, I can't even say likely anymore. I have to say pretty much guaranteed at this point, Calder winner for this year, and that is of course Lane Hutson of the Montreal Canadiens, and he has just been absolutely freaking unreal this year, and I did not mean to pass that backwards if y'all couldn't tell. Yeah, no. Oh, okay. Oh, all right. Now, Lane Hutson, obviously, in the beginning of the year and pretty much all throughout the year, I, of course, wanted Michkov to win it as a Flyers fan. And being that no Flyers have ever won the Calder before, I really, really wanted Michkov to win it. But, you know, things don't always work out the way that you want them to. And I can't say that I'm necessarily unhappy about Lane Hutson winning it because he's just an outstanding player. I mean, he was doubted. People doubted him for his size. People didn't think he was going to be a good D-man because of his size in large part. And he's been proving everybody wrong after dropping pretty far in the draft. Bang. What a beautiful fucking setup there from Lane Hutson, too. That was a very Lane Hutson setup right there. Go, Spud, go. What a play. What a beautiful breakout pass there from Lane Hutson. A gorgeous pass from Spud there and a gorgeous finish from Carolina. Let's go, boys. Now, Lane Hutson is such an intriguing player because he is so shifty and deceptive. And it's unreal because you wouldn't think that, like, I mean, just watching him, like, he does not have the best shot, the most powerful shot by any means. In fact, he doesn't even really score goals. I think most of the goals that he scored this year have pretty much been accidental, meant to be passes almost. But somehow, no matter what, he's just so quick and so agile. So that is exactly what we are trying to do, of course, with this build, and a great save from our goalie there. All right, here we are, fellas, hopping into the second period, and I turn on icon passing. One, because EA absolutely sucks, and if y'all did not know, if you go in your audio and visual settings, you can turn on icon passing if it turns off. It usually turns off every game for me, and I think for most people it just does not stay on for some reason, so we do have to remember to turn it on, and that wasn't goalie interference somehow. Oh, no way it made him miss that. What is going on, bro? Oh my gosh, and our own team just blocked our shot, I think. Oh, shit. No, that's me, man. That was a really bad penalty there by me. Let's go, see. Give me a big save here. Let me see something. Get. Oh, shoo. I got scared. I thought that was about to go in. Let's go. Huge save. I can't believe I didn't get a fucking stick on that. Okay, right now I'm looking like first half defensively, especially Lane Hutson. We got to change that right now. Go. Good fucking play. Beautiful defense there. Great breakout pass. And then Lane Hutson with the hustle and the backdoor finish. What an absolute beauty. Good pass, Carolina. So at the time of making this video, as we're hopping into period 3, the Montreal Canadiens just caught a very big win over the Caps tonight. A 6-3 win to be exact. Lane Hutson had 1 assist, which means 1 point tonight, of course. Let's go, baby. Sorry, I had to focus to set up that play there. Beautiful finish. Thank you for being patient and finishing that one, Carolina. But he did have 1 apple tonight. He did have no points the other night, and he had 2 apples and 2 points the first game against the Caps. So, you know, he's playing really well in the playoffs as well for a rookie. So, I mean, if you're a Habs fan, like I said, you definitely got to be feeling good. There's no question about that. Now, do y'all think that the Habs come back and win this series? Because I'm going to be completely truthful. I do like what the Habs are putting together. I really like what they're doing. I really like their team this year. But the truth is, they're just really young. I don't see it happening, but then again, the Caps are also pretty young, of course, besides like their main guys. They're Tom Wilson, John Carlson, Ovi, of course. But they're young, they're inexperienced, which is the same thing about the Habs. I gotta stop playing like a fucking dickhead and just make the right play right now, because that's exactly what Lane Hutson does, and that's exactly what I'm not doing. Okay, cool. Oh, I'm sorry, Carolina. Good place, bud. Good fucking finish. Beautiful breakout pass. That was not low-key a beautiful breakout pass. I set Carolina up to die there. Like I was saying, I just don't see the Habs being able to overcome it, and I don't see them kind of getting picked. Wow, that sucks. I have no idea how that went in. Going for a tie up here. Yup. Go. Go. Go, Carolina. Let's go, baby. What a beautiful setup there from Lane Hutson, and a beautiful finish there from Carolina once again. Nice. Great setup. Great break in. Ew, nice fucking shot again. Let's go, boys. What a beautiful, beautiful play there from Lane Hutson. This should be the dagger. What a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful play to escape the traffic there from Lane Hutson. Absolutely phenomenal first game from the Lane Hutson build. As you see, we had 1 goal, 6 assists. If that's not a Lane Hutson stat line, I don't know what is. But I'll be honest, I definitely know that I did not play my best hockey in that first game. And shout out to our goalie for making some huge saves to keep us in that one. Let's hop right into game 2. I was trying to do a little bit too much that game. Let's hop into game 2, and I promise y'all we will be making the right plays just like Lane Hutson does all the time in this second one. Let's get right into it for y'all. Let's get it. Here we are, fellas, hopping into game 2, and very rightfully so, we have the playmaking boost with this Lane Hutson build. So let's make some plays. Oh my gosh, I'm kind of shocked that wasn't offsides, low key. Okay, you know what? Instead of making plays, we're just gonna get absolute freaking snipes in the slot. Great defense there. We are playing some great second half defense like Lane Hutson. Because listen, first half of the season, you know Lane Hutson's defense was getting rightfully criticized. But I'll be honest, second half of the season, Lane Hutson absolutely freaking locked it down. And his underlying numbers were one of the best in the league out of all defensemen. Not just rookies, out of all defensemen. Go, go, go. Come on. Skate, skate. Dude, oh my gosh. All right, here we are, fellas. Hopping into the second period, and much like the last game, I started off like absolute dog shit, but luckily we have 2 more periods of hockey to play, and we definitely made up for it in the last one, and I guess he tripped him? All right, let's go. Need a big save out of here. See, let me see something, kid. Nice save. Let's go, boy. Oh, good poke. Wow. Thank you. Holy shit, dude. It would. Oh, that was a beautiful setup there from Lane Hutson too, man. Bang. Oh, I'm dead. Fuck. Good fucking play. There we go, boys. Oh, okay. Damn, I tried to put that one on net for a tip. That is also something that Lane Hutson's really good at that I probably should be doing more. I need to look for some more tips, too. Great defense once again. Let's go. Now we're out for the rush. 3-on-1, baby. Bang! What an absolute beautiful play there from Lane Hutson. The defense, the setup, the breakaway finish. We got it all. Ew, what a fucking beauty. Great setup there from Tendy. Let's go, boys. Here we are, fellas, hopping into the third period of game 2 with this Lane Hutson build. And I just got to be honest with y'all. Of course, we're going to be getting in the build rankings. And listen, if you're a Haz fan and you're a Lane Hutson fan, you're probably not going to like it because I know you want this build to be good and you want this build to be high. But I got to be real in terms of usability and actually, you know, like wanting to use this in EASHL. I mean, compared to the other builds, it's just not as good. I gotta be completely real with y'all, and a large part of that is because of Lane Hutson's size. Oof. I mean, it's another beautiful setup day from Lane Hutson. We're making the right plays here, and that's exactly what Lane Hutson does. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong on this stat, but I believe he has one of the highest, I forget exactly what the statistic is, but it's something along the lines of opportunities in the slot off his passes or something like that, and he has one of the highest in the league, if not the highest, so he's just going absolutely crazy right now. Wow. That sucks. All right, let's go, 10. I need a big save out of here. Let me see something. Let's go. Absolute beauty. Now, Lane Hutson, for these rankings, he is actually going to be coming in at 22, right above the Quinn Hughes build. And there's a simple reason for that. And the reason being is both the Lane Hutson build and Quinn Hughes build have pretty much the same drawbacks. They're short. They're a little bit small. They get knocked off the puck kind of easily. They get absolutely gassed. I mean, but that's with most of these builds because we don't have super high endurance, but their size does not help. But I just feel like I'm able to simply make more plays with this Hutson build, whether it's on defense or offense. I mean, y'all have seen, like, even right there, like, just blocking those shots, I just feel like I'm in all-around better position than I was with the Quinn Hughes build, and maybe that was just me. Maybe I just, for some reason, I'm playing better on this Lane Hutson build. Absolutely incredible second game from the boys. As you see, we had 2 goals, 2 assists, 4 out of our 5 points on the Lane Hutson build. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get as many points as we did in that first game, but we definitely made way more plays and set up way more opportunities for our team. We just, unfortunately, were not able to finish as many that game, but luckily, we still were able to pull out the W, and we played phenomenal defense. Second game defense equals second half defense. That's all I'm gonna say for this Lane Hutson build, because we played way better in that second game. Like I said, we just were not able to score as many points. If you did enjoy this video and you are enjoying the series, please feel free to drop a like, comment any other players you want to see me recreate in ESHL down below, and sub with notice on so you don't miss your favorite players in the future. I greatly appreciate you boys watching. Hope to see you on the next one. Peace out, y'all.